What is going on, guys? Welcome back to John's Nerdy Reviews. I, of course, am John, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Amazon exclusive Wolverine 5-pack Marvel Legends by Hasbro. There's some really awesome figures in here, a few that are mediocre, but we're going to talk about the good and the bad. Let's go to the table and crack this thing open. All right, so let's take a look at the packaging. This is the Wolverine 5-pack exclusive from Amazon. Yeah, nice big window featuring all of the action figures that are in the box. The top has Wolverine on it. The sides, I don't even know if you could see this. This box is pretty big. The sides feature all the characters that are in the box. And the back has Wolverine clawing his way through with comic panels in the background. So the box is pretty cool, but what's in the box is what we care about, so let's crack this thing open. All right, we're going to start with the star of the show, Wolverine, obviously. First, we're going to take a look at his accessories. So you get these closed-fisted hands with no claws, and I really like the fact that they decided to put, the hairy knuckles. That's some cool detail. And then you get an alternate head sculpt, which, let me try to get super close here. Very cool looking. So this is a more battle damaged version of the head sculpt. Like his bloody lip there. All the cuts on his face, the black eye. Gotta love the detail. All right. And then we get the figure itself. So he's got his clawed hands, which I honestly, they annoy me sometimes because they don't pose as well as I want them to. But this head sculpt is more of a growling, teeth-baring head sculpt. So that's kind of cool. The only thing that's really throwing me off with this figure, and I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but the flesh tone seems a little too pink. It's like maybe if Wolverine was out in the sun a little bit too long. That pink that you get right before you burn. I don't know why, it just kind of feels like that. But I do love the detail, the hair detail on the back and the arms and the chest. I think that's kind of a cool touch. And then he does have some cuts and scrapes. There's some on his arm. So I think that's kind of neat. The Wolverine figure is, I don't know. I could take it or leave it. I do think this is probably the weakest figure out of the pack, to be honest. Even though it is the Wolverine 5-pack, you would think that Wolverine would have the coolest figure in here. But yeah, definitely not going to be my go-to Wolverine. Yeah, let's take a look at the alternate head sculpt. All right, there we go. It took a minute to get on. If I do display this figure, I will end up displaying it with this head sculpt, just because I think a battle-damaged Wolverine, always a good time. All right, one of the figures I was really excited for in this pack is Callisto, the leader of the Morlocks, well, until Storm beats her in the 80s. But first, let's take a look at the accessories. So she comes with an alternate set of hands that can hold the knives that she comes with. So we have a switchblade, very cool looking. And then we have this butterfly knife, which I also think very cool looking. I don't know if we've ever gotten these before. They don't look familiar. but I only collect the X-Men Marvel Legends and the Spider-Man Marvel Legends, so these might maybe have come with another character that I just didn't pick up. These seem like they would go good with like a Winter Soldier or something, but all right, let's take a look at Callisto. Very, very cool. I love the blue in the hair. I don't know how well that picks up on camera, but that is phenomenal. She's got that eye patch with that scar on her eye. Loving that. And then this is the rest of the body basically is the 80s punk Storm figure. But I do like this. I'm not sure if you can tell, but they painted the shirt to look ripped where it comes down here. That's kind of a cool detail. But yeah, I think this figure definitely one of the better ones of the pack. And like I said, this is a character I've been wanting in Marvel Legends form for a long time. So I'm glad that I finally have her in my collection. All right, another figure I was looking forward to was Mastermind, because I bought the Hellfire Club 4-pack, and obviously Mastermind fits nicely into the Hellfire Club set because he's a member. Let's take a look at his accessories. You get this alternate head sculpt. This is the way he appears when he tricks Jean Grey into thinking she's a Victorian era woman back in the Dark Phoenix storyline. So I really am glad that they included that head sculpt. But let's take a look at the figure. Very cool. Mastermind. Mastermind looks menacing. Got my M's all mixed up there. Menacing Mastermind. Look at those dark rings under his eyes. He just looks like a greasy scumball. I love the jacket. This is obviously, if you have purchased the Hellfire Club pack, nothing we're seeing here is exceptionally new, just maybe recolored. And then I love the boots, or the shoes, kind of like pilgrim shoes or whatever you call them, with the buckles on them. Some really cool detail on this Mastermind figure, and I am glad that we are rounding out our Hellfire Club set. All right, now we got Cyber. This is another figure I was really looking forward to because we haven't really got him from Hasbro yet as a Marvel Legends. He doesn't come with any accessories. He's the only figure that doesn't. So he is kind of, basic in that way, I guess. But he does have nice silver paint. I like his hands. Would have been kind of cool to see them come with some alternate hands, like closed fists maybe. And he's basically just blue. But if you read the comics, you know that this is pretty accurate. I mean, he doesn't have the most detailed or fancy costume anyway, so nice villain there for Wolverine to fight. And I'm very happy to have a Cyber finally. The paint detail, it's not just solid blue. There's some subtlety in there, which I appreciate. Some airbrushing or dry brush maybe with different hues of blue. So not a bad figure. And last but not least, we have Omega Red. And this figure is another one I was really excited about, even though we just got him, I think it was in the Sauron Build-A-Figure wave, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while, so I can't remember. To me, this is a more X-Men animated series style look with the brighter red. So I'm happy to have this one personally, but let's take a look at the accessories. So we got his tendrils here. Same thing we got with the original release of this figure. I do wish that there was bendy wire in here, but there's not. So, oh well. And then we've got some smaller tendril pieces that you'll recognize if you have the previous figure. And we got an alternate head sculpt, which I always appreciate. And this time the Omega symbol is actually painted on there. If you remember the first release, it was just all red. So here we get some detail. And then his mouthpieces on the sides, I don't know how well that picks up, but they are a more shiny white than the paint on his face. And his eyes look really good with the kind of dark around them with the gray, and then the red pupils, and he's baring his teeth. I think this is a fantastic head sculpt, definitely the one that I plan on using when I display him. The hair sculpt is also top notch on this figure. Very cool. But let's take a look at the actual figure itself. If you have the previous version, then you already know what to expect. I do like this head sculpt as well. Kind of a more ferocious look, I guess. Which, you know, this one is 2, but this is more of a yelling like, I'm going to attack you kind of thing. The tendrils, of course, port right into these slots on his hand, so you get his classic tendril attack. But yeah, I love the paint detail on the belt and the straps here. Very cool. This can come off, but I'm not going to remove mine because I want it intact. Like I said, if you already have the previous Omega Red, you don't really need this one. I just prefer the paint on this one. It just reminds me more of like the animated series with the brighter red. So that is that. All right, so here's one last look at all the figures that come in this set. I'm going to rank them because I just really like to rank things like this. So I'm going to say in last place, I'm going to go with Wolverine. I think he is honestly the weaker of the figures in this. Then I'll probably go with Cyber, because even though it's really cool to finally have a Cyber, there's really not anything super remarkable about him. He doesn't come with any accessories or anything. And his costume is, even though it's comic accurate, it is still the most bland of the costumes in this set, I think. Then I will go with Mastermind. Then it's hard because I really love these two figures, but I'm going to go Callisto, and then my favorite being this Omega Red. I know that might be a controversial ranking. I'm sure a lot of people will go with Callisto, but I just really love Omega Red as a character. Not that I don't like her, but I really wanted a more like animated series style Omega Red, and I think with the brighter colors, this is more accurate to the X-Men animated series, in my opinion. So there you go. There's my ranking, and I hope you guys enjoyed, my review of these figures. All right, guys, that is that. What do you think of this set? What are the winners? What are the losers? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. I love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit that like button, and please subscribe if you enjoy my content. I love bringing it to you. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.